I got roped in the tutorial. Not even like a, hey, just a heads up. You haven't made a move. Are you still there? It just roped me in the tutorial. Welcome to the first stream back after, I don't know what happened. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is weird. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. How's it going? Welcome to Is This Your Card? A new weekly-ish stream here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. Typically we pick a card game and we play it throughout the entirety of a month. However, last month we tried to play Duel Links in October and it didn't go over well. Real bad. And then, so we played Storybook Brawl, which went over great. And so we played more of that. And then even there was like an extra week of November before I was hit by a bus. Something about eating scorpions. And then played another week of Storybook Brawl. And then we took this break. And now there's 2 weeks left of the month. And so I'm playing. I figured, what the hell can I do in 2 weeks that'll be helpful, informative, but will also minimize the amount of people that are like, ew, magic. Don't we have Lure MTG? And so, hey, on Is This Your Card? For this week and next week, we're going to be playing MTG Arena. Magic the Gathering Arena. And because of that, I don't actually have a good segue, but there's a cycle of cards in one of my favorite blocks of Magic, Kamigawa block, one of my favorite sets, Betrayers to Kamigawa. They're called the Patron Cycle, and I honestly think they should do a rehash of that when we go to Kamigawa soon, and call it the Patreon Cycle. The patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's because of all the support we received there that we're able to do this. I don't want the NPC to yell at me again. So I'm going to show off this cool game because we're starting from a fresh account. I'm literally going through the tutorial and everything. We're going to be explaining. I'm literally going to teach you how to play the game as well. And if you already know how to play the game, then I'm going to teach you how to teach other people how to play the game. Because, spoiler alert, I know I'm usually supposed to play new games, but I got a confession to make. Jesus, actually, this is relevant. Because I have been playing Magic the Gathering. I should have had this up in front of me. Very close. If I had held off to February. I've been playing this game for 20 years, basically. And I only just turned 30, so I'm not even ancient. Like, I've been playing this game for 20 years. And across those 20 years, I've played this game in different ways. I've played it very, very casually, as most people start off. And if that's how they stick to it, great. I wish I could enjoy the game the way y'all do. I've done the whole cutthroat, get to the PT, don't do well, lose all your everything, and then want to die. I've made a couple of formats, or at least helped make a couple of formats. Stuff, the general stuff. So I've been playing this a bit. I guess I've been technically a judge for over a decade now, maybe. I don't know. The point is I've done this a lot. It's a phenomenal game. If you've never played it, great. Let's learn and have fun. If you do play it, great. This game is extremely good, and they've made a whole bunch of efforts to get more people to play it or to make it more accessible, because this game really is not, at least not, recently it's become infinitely more accessible, but wow, is it a complicated game. So let's talk about what we're doing with the help of Sparky. As you can see, I have a fresh account. I've started fresh. I'm on MTG Arena. It's basically the only real way to play this game online. As like a game. There is a thing called Magic Online. That's more of a simulator. It's like crypto meets Magic Simulator, and it's really not good for your health and well-being. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about Arena. For what it's worth as well, I basically play this game for a living. So on this client or on Magic Online, or I guess in paper, but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And so we're going through the tutorial, fresh account. As you can see, I've got the Glen Pathcutter account, the prestigious Glen Pathcutter account. It's asking me to play lands. In the game, there are a couple of card types. Magic's a card game where you got certain resources to play other cards, right? You want to have resources to play your cool cards. There are basically land cards and non-land cards. Land cards are these cards, like the Plains. This is a resource. You have these resources to play your non-land cards. Capiche? Or activate abilities or do something. You get to play one land a turn, as we have done. We got a deck, we got drawing, we got some stuff. You missed some, can you start from the beginning? We are really at the beginning. In fact, for this part, given how straightforward and elementary that this look, Sparky's going to get mad at me. I could just do a thing. I'll take it slow, and you can learn along the way, and I'll give the more boring rundown once we're at a better screen. It says play another land. I will play this Plains. Plains is a land. A land is a resource. Oh. What the fuck does this mean? What does this mean? What? Okay. Huh, that's weird. These two lands that help provide me with a currency of some sort, that have a giant white sun on them, seem to be relating to these two white suns in the top right corner. And when I hover over this creature, this unit, this thing that is going to do my dirty work, it's all glowing. What if I used my two white... Oh, you're not going to let me do this? Okay. Summon a creature by dragging it onto the battlefield. Okay. I'm going to fight you, Sparky, if you keep interrupting me with how I'm going to demonstrate this shit. Your tap lands untap at the beginning. Now, we're not sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. None of this is sponsored. I want to be clear. So I'm going to be as critical as I can be, especially about the tutorial. You better believe I'm going to get in on this tutorial. There's no game audio? I'm going to choose to believe that is either a lie or the truth. There's the game audio. You're not really missing much. Yeah, MTG Arena game audio is very... Okay. Summon a creature by dragging it to the battlefield. Whoa!
Only one of your creatures is ready to attack.
I'm going to explain... Click on each creature you want to attack with. Creatures can't attack on their first turn. Okay, I want to click on this creature. Click the button in the bottom right to confirm your attackers. Okay. I need to get out of this tutorial so I can show you how this game works. Yeah.
You're going to pay for that.
Chat, I'm starting to think this is a bad tutorial. A Treetop Warden. I will say this. So what we have here is, notice how they have a card called Treetop Warden. In the top left corner, you can see there's a 1 and a green. So 1 plus one of these green, that's 2. And it's a 2/2. So this is a 2-mana 2/2. Notice how we also have something that has 2 of those white mana symbols up in the top right. And it's a 2/2. However, you know, if I'm playing a deck that's not just white, I might not always have 2 white. So this is a great lesson to learn right off the bat. Green is just going to do everything white can do, but better. And you just learn to live with it.
Keep pressing the attack.
Okay. I will press the attack.
You've been blocked.
Me on Twitter. Me on Twitter trying to harass someone. Ugh. Dang it. Uh-huh. Oh. So you're telling me that my creatures will deal damage equal to its power to the defending creature's toughness, and vice versa?
Admirable. Pity I have to crush you.
Oh no, admirable. Gosh, no. I'm just a lieutenant. Loxodon Linebreaker. I think there might be a skip tutorial button here, but this is very interesting to play through. Because
A big problem.
Maybe I should have named my account James Turner.
That beast will destroy your creatures if you attack now.
The Navi clone is right, because this is a 4/4, which is bigger than 2/2 and 3/2.
You've shown spirit, but I will show you strength.
Okay. Wait a minute. That spell summons like a green ape face to
One of your creatures can block it.
Oh. My opponent played a spell. It's a sorcery. It made their Baloth bigger. Their Baloth. Here's a Wheeler trivia fact. Baloth isn't a real word. It's not a real word. I don't want to block. I think I could take it. But I have to block. It's attacking me for 8, and I'm at 7. I will sacrifice my Shrine Keeper. I don't know. I think I like double blocking here. Does it want me to double block? Block with only one creature, otherwise both will die. Oh, right. This is an 8/8. Oh my god. Oh.
Take down that beast while it's still
Oh, yeah. We top deck. Look, it's combat. I don't know how combat works. Now my turn to play a spell.
You're not making.
Is there a skip tutorial? I can concede, but that's it. And now I get to attack with my 3/2 because I drew the right card at the right time. Oh, dang it. Now my opponent has 2 elves.
We've got you cornered. Cast the spell. Clear a path to finish her.
Joke's on you. I've drawn the perfect card yet again. I didn't stack my deck. They did. Is this where... This is now where my opponent just starts swearing profusely at me.
Well fought, outsider.
What do you mean, outsider? It's Glen Pathcutter. It's right there. Okay, we won. Congratulations, everybody.
Ooh, shiny.
Oh no. I've
unlocked a new card.
Okay, I was going to say that.
Yeah, good work back there.
Thank you.
But if you're going to battle another planeswalker, you've got to be prepared for anything.
What?
I know a guy on Ravnica that can teach you everything you need to know about tactics.
That's Goblin
Especially
Rabblemaster.
what not to do.
What? Okay. Great, we get to keep going. Murbo? This is just reused assets. This is from Goblin Rabblemaster. This is a...
Attack!
Maybe this will be worse than Duel Links.
Don't worry. These things are basically harmless.
This is a great example as well of showcasing another important facet of Magic. My opponent's playing a red deck, and therefore they are not as smart or as good at the game as me. And so we can use this to our advantage by playing basic planes and passing. And it's even worse than that. They're a goblins player. So you know that we can get away with just... We could play like complete dog shit. Wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter.
Second blood. Alright.
You need to learn to defend.
Okay, that was funny. that was pretty good. Oh. Now wait until we get into the blue mages. I will block. This is what we call a bad attack.
I've got more where that came from.
Creatures heal all damage at the end of each turn. Yeah. I was going to use this as a why are we playing the tutorial? This is a fresh account. Also, this is very entertaining to me. Notice how we played a 1-mana 1/2 and they only played a 1-mana 1/1.
Your creatures aren't tough enough to survive being blocked. Hold them back.
Okay. It's also important to showcase tutorials of games like this. What do you... Am I going to get no-node for doing this?
Hey, nobody kills my troops.
Nope, never mind.
Wait, huh?
I guess technically there's a better block where the cat and the 2/2 go in front of the 3/3. Because then if they have a blowout spell, we're only losing one of these. If this is a tutorial, then MTG is way too complicated for you. No, here's the thing, Ajoni. This is not a good tutorial, at least so far. The information that it's relaying to you is very, it's like very scattered and feels like it's not how, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the best way to whatchamacallit, deliver this information.
Fool to attack you now.
Never hold back. Never back down. Never walk barefoot in a goblin warren.
Aren't you always barefoot? Do goblins... Does anybody have pictures of goblins wearing shoes? No, wait, actually, hold up. This is just me asking for feet pics of goblins. Wait. I don't want to do this.
It's time to bring.
Yeah, exactly. It's diluted in a way that makes it feel more complicated than it is.
This is going to hurt.
What? They're also using cards that don't technically exist. Which is kind of interesting. I mean, they exist on Arena. But... yeah. I'll never block.
A good general knows when they're beat. You should probably give up now.
You don't have a 5-mana deal 6 to me. There's no way. I'm gonna do... This is what we call the rubbins.
Have mercy on me, please.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
That hurt the most.
I feel like this would be a good tutorial if you knew absolutely zero about Magic, but any amount of knowledge renders it annoying. I disagree, Zimmer DJ. That's what I'm saying. I'm approaching this as though you are fresh to the game.
You're a quick learner. So let's try a more challenging lesson.
I don't know. I'll talk about it after. Like, I'll give my full,
There's a
you know,
mystic there who
rundown at the
loves
end of
studying
this.
the nuances of combat.
But it just feels a little like... Like there's some... it feels very disjointed. Yeah, let's say that. It feels disjointed. And so, like, if I was new and I'm trying to remember, you know, this thing and that thing and this thing, it just feels like Magic, as someone that has played Magic, right, that there's a way to relay that information to someone that's brand new, that what they just learned will still be relevant, you know? Instead of like, here are spells, block like this, do that. And you're just like, huh? Like, I feel like it could be, here's playing creature, here's creature with ability, here are spell, here are instant spell, you know, here are enchantment and artifact, here's different between thing. Me play land, me play cat, their bird fly, good.
Everything is connected. You must understand the air, land, and sea.
Everybody write that down. Everybody write that down. See, I got this shit wrong when I was starting off. I wrote down planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah. The pacing is fine. That's okay, but it's how you are given the information, right? I feel like how the information, like you want to be slow and you don't want to be excessive with what you get. I have a saying on my channel, my home channel.
Paying attention.
I call it lab man splaining, which itself is a bit too deep of a cut, maybe. But basically, it's just like, for a game as complicated and layered as Magic, there are so many ways to just dump unnecessary information, or to dump information in an order that doesn't make sense to someone that's just learning how to play, you know? And Magic players fucking love to do that.
Obstacles may block your path, but do not lose sight of your true goal.
Is that crab wearing a pirate hat?
Nobody seems able to pull it off. Oh, they already did it. They had intro decks that did it. They have introductory product and free product that they used to hand out. Physical product that did it very well. Oh, they got a crab. They won't block. Fuck, they blocked.
Sometimes the best way around is through.
What? Yeah, that's what I tried to do. I tried to go through.
Battles ebb and flow.
Yeah, making tutorials is not easy. To me, you know what this feels like? As somebody that has played
Running out of cards.
God knows how much, God knows how many of these games and tutorials, is that that like this tries to be too much like just a rehashing of whatchamacallit. It's just a rehashing of every other online tutorial, every other game like this. That it's kind of funny because obviously these are all games that borrow from Magic, and now Magic is borrowing from these online, you know, the Hearthstones and the whatnots. But yeah. Yes, exactly, cartoon tattoo. I think it's the ordering of the information dumping rather than how the depth of explanation. I think that they're doing great for just relaying the stuff because Magic is very easy to learn as long as you don't get overloaded on all the excess information. And people tend to default to dumping that excess information when it's not needed, right? It's easy to learn, hard to master, or, you know, whatever the flip end of that. Oh, I didn't know what you meant, but hey, have a good one. It just feels, it feels like it jumps around a bit too much. That's the thing. That's the thing.
If you make big waves, do not blame the ocean when you get carried away.
In physical, it's more difficult to control the order without stacking the deck. Yeah, that's... They would have, there used to be older Magic product that was introductory. This is like mid 90s, early 2000s, where it would come with like an instructional video where it's like, on the decks, it's like, don't open this until you watch this video. In the video, it's like, don't fucking shuffle the decks, kids, please, for the love of God. like they worked so hard to like get to this point. Well, cast an ore to make my creatures bigger. We're going all the way with this cat. This is interesting because I had no idea this card existed. I believe this is an arena only card. No idea it existed. It's a mono blue dinosaur. That's cool. I'm taking 6. You got nothing. You got nothing.
The student is a river. The teacher is an ocean.
Huh?
The master is also an ocean.
Wait.
Yeah. You teach them exactly. You teach vanilla and then tell them that they're cards that contradict the rules, right?
Mystic, I was thinking.
Magic's a game where here's how here are the base rules of the game, and then the cards break those. The cards let you do things you're not supposed to, you don't normally do, I guess.
Have some company.
What? Oh,
We should get going.
here's a good example. Don't do what I'm doing. This is going all my eggs in one cat basket. I mean, maybe do it.
It was fun while it lasted.
Oh, got really sad. Voltron is not always a thing to do. I mean, I appreciate how aggressively they're just like, yeah, your blue opponent, just load up. They won't have anything, my dude. They won't have anything.
Okay. You're
If I
always
were
ready to
ordering the
help
tord,
anyone,
sorry. So if you,
whoever roughed you up in the first place.
Sparky, shut the hell up.
For your last lesson, let's head to
Oh
Tokyo
my God,
to learn
please.
the art of surprise.
What? Oh, we're against a red deck. I see. So if you were so if you were ordering the tutorial, would, for example, how would I order the tutorial? Lands and creatures. I think at the beginning that was cool, but then it also just started adding other stuff to that first against the green deck. That's just very easy. Like, here are lands and here are creatures, right? You play these lands let you play the creatures. Creatures have numbers. Your opponent's creatures also have numbers. So your numbers run into their numbers. And sometimes your numbers are bigger than their numbers. And sometimes you can put your numbers together to make a big enough number to beat their number, right? Very straightforward. And then they could even add on to that if they wanted to, or do it in the next one where they're like, but guess what? Sometimes creatures aren't just numbers, they have abilities. And these abilities affect other things. So you might play a creature that has a number that is lower than something else, but because it has this ability, it's cool and good and does a thing, because it kind of puts you into top decking already. So having a card that says, like, when it comes into play, draw a card, lets you be like, oh, I had this creature, I played it, I got to draw another one. Wow, and I played this. I did 2 things in the same turn, and my opponent only gets to do 1. Wow. And then it's like, cool, here are sorceries. You can use sorceries to do a bunch of things, but we're going to show you how they interact with creatures, or drawing cards, or these lands, or whatever, right? Very straightforward. It's all done at the same pace. But wait, there's instants, which are sorceries, but they can gotcha. Or you can do fancy stuff, or you can see whether or not they do anything that, it's like, oh, they have a creature. We could use the spell now, but it's an instant. So instead, we could use it on their turn. And then they play a big creature, and the game goes, see, aren't we smart? Doomblade this Baneslayer Angel instead of their Wood Elves or whatever. And then you can add the enchantments and the artifacts to be like, hey, let's modify these creatures permanently. So yeah, I think that's the best way to build it up, because creatures and lands are the building blocks of this game, right? It's so straightforward, and it helps kind of build up to, this is how you do a thing. This is how you do a thing to, that gets better. This is how you stop it if your numbers also just happen to be smaller than their numbers.
Oh, what pretty little thing has wandered into my web?
Huh? Riding the D-Lures. And fuck, if they wanted to throw planeswalkers in the end too, after artifacts and enchantments, that also just makes it a little bit, you know, interesting. Yeah. I like doing stuff like that. I think that's how I would do it. That's how I tend to do it when anytime I would teach people how to play Magic, that's how. That's also, it leads new players. See, now we're learning about instants, but we're learning about them after enchantments. Oh, my cat. Wow.
Your move.
Yeah. And I think it's weird to be like, they went land, creature, they went, what did they do? They went land, vanilla creature, steps of a turn, sorcery, then creatures with ability, into just, I guess they played another sorcery, but a different sorcery. They played the Goblin Grenade. Into enchantments and evasion. Enchantments and then combat-related abilities, which they already kind of covered with haste, but I guess this is a bit different for modifying, how damage gets dealt, etc. Into now instants. So, I don't know. I do like this. I like the whole, instant and then also show creatures with flash. My move? No, it's not my move. I passed priority.
Did you see that coming?
Yeah. And even then, they should have you being the one gotchaing your opponents. Yeah, I mean, that feels good. I think there's a certain benefit to being like, you tried to do a thing and it got killed. Like right now, the game might kill my thing when I do this. Okay. Are you gonna... Yeah, the game... Oh, okay.
Aw, we don't even get a hit in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for this.
Okay. What the fuck? I've drawn an instant. You're darn right.
Careful. You can't afford to take another hit like
Don't tell
that.
me what to do, Sparky.
Not first. Then it's time for some trickery of your own.
Yeah, they showed us that we can do the sacrificing before damage. That was kind of neat. Black to me feels like it could have been the color. It could be the color to use to showcase creatures with abilities. I think that's pretty neat, Yeah, they didn't it says sacrifice a creature and its additional cost. I think you can maybe understand part of that, but it feels weird that you are viewing this and not the one that is going through that. I'm not trying to be too... sorry. I am being very critical of tutorials. I think tutorials are so infinitely the most important thing when it comes to these kind of games. Because if I'm new and I'm looking to do something like this, if it's not going to help me, or any instance where I don't understand what's going on or I feel like I'm lost, that's a chance for me to just turn it off and do something else with my time or money or whatever. No, they had a Goblin Grenade, but they didn't really do anything with it. Oh. And they're showing hold priority.
Get ready.
Criticism is how we get better. Tell that to the comments section. But yeah. Or the idea that criticizing therefore means you don't like a thing or whatever. I hold Arena to be a lot in higher status than most people, admittedly. Like, I would recommend Arena to people. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. But
Looks like you've let your guard down.
yeah, it's wait a minute. Wait, wait, hold on.
Now it's my turn.
Hurry! Make some blockers!
So now, usually, chat, when you're playing constructed, like 60 cards, much like how I imagine this is going, you can only have a maximum of 4 copies of any given card, unless they otherwise say so. But, you know, except for the couple exceptions, you can only have 4. And so my opponent has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of a single card, and this is a fake card that they made up. But also they get punished. Lol. They have no cards in hand. I can block 1. Thus leaving me with 6 cards.
Now you've got her.
Oh, I like this. This is actually kind of funny. Because, like, the Magic player in me is like, oh, yeah, I just have lethal on board. If I block 1, I got 6 in the air. They can't do anything. But if you block in a way that loses all your spirits, they give you the card to still kill them. Yeah, that 2-1's on Arena. Enchant my creature before attacking for more. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. No. Oh, hold on, wizard. Mr. Pathcutter, wait. You could get in for more damage. That's a good lesson. Always go for the... Oh, it's not BM. It's psychological warfare. Just really fucking rub it in. Because who knows? Somebody from your team, your car, your friend might fight them later in the event. And you need to wear down their mental fortitude as much as you can.
Now you're unstoppable. Who were you fighting in the first place, anyway?
Oh, I'm going to fight Nicol Bolt? Yeah, okay.
Nicol Bolas. After I annihilated you, I really didn't expect to see you again.
Mr. Balls, sir.
This is a terrible idea. There's no way you're prepared for this guy.
There's no way you're prepared for this guy. I've got to give you at least 80 more rares. Oh yeah, I'm not prepared. Am I supposed to lose? Why does he introduce himself by saying his own name in full? That's how you get people to remember you.
I'll make a deal with you, Planeswalker.
Uh-huh.
Defeat me, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
Lose, and you will serve me.
Oh, I
for
fucked it up.
eternity.
All right, ignore that.
As if your life depends on it. Sometimes you need to make a tough decision.
Yeah, this is really breaking me apart. I'm going to draw another one. I know it. I'm going to draw another
Did
Plains.
he just throw away a dragon?
You look surprised. I do as I choose with what is mine, and it is all mine.
You look surprised. I'm going to cast Animate Dead. Hold priority. Ah! No, a cruel cut.
Either exists or perishes at my whim.
Ah! I'm going to come out and say it. I hate this fucking dragon.
Power is the only thing that matters.
For what it's worth, I don't think you're supposed to discard planes here. Probably discard this combat trick if you know your opponent's going to be on Grixis. You're likely not actually getting any value out of this, but making sure that you can hit your bigger cards is going to be more relevant. However, do you want me to do this? Sure. Am I actually in control of this?
I will let nothing stand.
How do I mute this?
Not even death.
Rise from the grave. Oh, zoinks. Uh-huh. My boss's deck has no pathetic cards, Nicol Bolas. Your fatal... wait, hold on. Ah, it's lost. The joke is that this is James Turner's deck, so I'm going to draw my lands and hit 6. Enough of this. Double cast. And then Mind Rot. Oh, that's even funnier. No, it's impossible.
Whoa!
Oh. Haha. They should have given him a 4 spike. Am I going to draw the 3 spirits card? Oh no. Oh, target me. Uh-oh.
My triumph is at hand.
That's nothing. Check this out. This is why they don't give white card draw. Oh my god, he's storming off.
We just might be able to pull this off.
I don't know. Like, my Grix is... We might be able to pull this off. Our Grixis opponent has 6 cards in hand and a 6/6?
All succumb to Bolas.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I think we attack here.
So you can prepare for his attack.
No. Why would I attack if I had something? They take the 1. They just take the 1. They take the 1 every time. Oh. Behold.
What?
Wow, your deck sucks, dude. You don't even have counter spells?
I've underestimated you.
Who, me? I bet it's gonna... Are you gonna punk me? Punk me. Do it. This is unbelievable.
You're actually beginning to irritate me.
I think I understand what this is. See, this part of the tutorial shows you that you will run into people like this, playing Magic. And not ironically, they are also just going to be Grixis players. So, you know. No, that's impossible. My brain is too big. I'm not bullying an old man. I'm bullying a dragon.
You really think a mere angel will stop me? My power is beyond that of a god.
Do you have any idea? Okay, well... This is Sarah Angel. Choose your blockers, but keep your angel alive. Okay.
Admit defeat.
Holy shit. Behold, the size of my angel.
My patience is wearing thin. Let's finish it.
I like that he has Ancient Crab and like a Rise of the Eldrazi. No, this was Avacyn Restored. They have an Ancient Crab, an Avacyn Restored common, an Amonkhet. I guess this was on Amonkhet too. Oh, is it?
This is it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I'm impressed.
What just happened? I feel so hollow.
That dragon better think twice before he tries messing with you again.
And this is how War of the Spark ended. I mean, this was still a better ending than War of the Spark. You gotta say, come on. I mean, come on. Wow, I've unlocked 5 decks. I'm impressed. Proceeds to explode. Yeah, exactly.
Well, you've mastered everything I can teach you. If you want greater power, you'll have to take on greater foes.
Okay.
But which path to choose?
Well, I guess we'll start.
We should all strive for a peaceful resolution.
Is that John Goodman? Can I click this?
Whoa!
Whoa.
You got a quest. If you complete it, you'll get a reward.
Oh,
Go here when you're ready to play again.
okay. Do you really have to do this when you start a new... They're all just hanging out there. They're okay. Let me talk. Now that we're finally escaped from the jaws of whatever that was, this won't help. Let me do a very quick rundown of everything in the game. And I mean quick. I will do this. I will be able to do this before the contractually obligated commercial break. Oh, okay. Well, first off, I mean, what? No, I don't want to. No, don't put my sideboard there. There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Let's talk Magic. This is Magic the Gathering. It's a pretty good game. Ignore everything you just learned. I'm going to give you the real, actual factual rundown before we keep playing. This is Magic Arena. It's free to play. It's got a lot of issues, but this Magic, the game, it's the best game of all time. No contest. Not even, it's, I mean, chess, it's for old losers. And Magic, I mean, there's dragons in this, so that's already better. Have you seen the knights in chess? They're all horses. Anywho, this is Arena. It's free to play. However you play this game is up to you. There are different ways you could play this game, different levels of free to play. You could spend money on it and be okay. The economy for this is incredibly predatory, and so be careful with that. But the game does give you a bunch of free stuff, and honestly, once you get going, depending on how you want to play and what you want to play, you can actually just, you can free to play a very specific way and have fun. And that can also just be anything from playing with a goofy brawl deck, a goofy deck that's fun, jokes and laughing, or trying to play on the ranked ladder and all that jazz. But let's get to the specific type of cards. I'm going to be very quick with this. Going to be very straightforward. It's okay. You'll be able to understand this. There are 5 colors in the game. At the top of the screen, you might be able to see them. We have white, we have blue, we have black, we have red, and we have green. There are some cards that will be more than one color. There might even be some cards that have 0 colors. But you'll know when, you'll know when you see it. Trust me, they let you know. Different colors do different things. And different colors have different lands or resources that you would need to play in order to pay for these different things. What I mean is that there are basically 2 types of cards. There are non-lands, which is everything in the game. Creatures, spells, wizardry, ancient relics, all that shit. And there are lands, the resource. You need lands to play your spells or do your things. Each color has a corresponding basic land. Plains for white, island for blue, swamp for black, mountain for red, and forest for green. Very straightforward. They're great. They let you cast your stuff. And by cast your stuff, I mean, well, cards have certain things in them. They have a cost. Because if you want to play a card, you got to pay the cost. Let's use this card, for instance. Because this is a creature. The creature has a cost. This is Sanctuary Cat. Sanctuary Cat in the top right corner has the cost. It's a single white. This means you need a white mana, aka a plains, in order to cast this. However, you can only cast a card with your land. You can only use that land basically once per turn to cast a card. You saw that in the game when the lands kind of turned sideways. That means they're tapped. So in order to play this, for instance, we would need to tap a plains for a mana, and bam, here's a cat. In the bottom right corner, you have two numbers. There's a 1 and there's a 2. The first number is the power. It's how much damage the cat does. This cat does 1 damage. The second number is the toughness. This is how much damage the cat can take. The cat can take 2 damage. Damage refreshes basically every turn. And so if this cat takes 1 damage, that damage isn't marked permanently. It goes away. This cat is just very straightforward. You play it, it sits around until it kills you or it dies. Sounds like a cat to me. Creatures can attack people. Attacking people does damage. And the object of the game is to get your opponent's life total from 20 to 0. And you do that by dealing damage. That's why most of your games are going to involve creatures. Creatures dealing damage. You play a creature, it deals some damage, or it stops their creatures from dealing you damage. Because in addition to attacking, there's blocking. Blocking is when you throw one of your creatures in front of one of their creatures, so that their creature won't deal damage to you, instead deals damage to the cat. Please don't hurt the cat. Creatures, however, aren't just 1 mana. There are some that are more. For instance, Moorland Inquisitor over here, up in the top right, has 1 and a white. This means it requires 1 white and 1 of anything. It can be another white. It could be a green. It could be a red, a blue, a black, whatever. You'll find that some decks play more than 1 color, meaning that for Moorland Inquisitor, you just need a plains, and if you have an island, you can tap an island. However, some cards, like Shrinekeeper over here, you need 2 white to play this. So it has to be 2 white, but don't worry, you get a Shrinekeeper out of it. In addition to creatures that just kind of hang out and play with the lands and all that jazz, there are spells. These are the worst ones to show. Here. Nope, these are bad too. This will be okay. There are spells. This card is called Murder. Murder is a spell that says destroy target creature. This kills a creature. Pretty straightforward, yeah? It costs 1 and 2 black. This is an instant, which means you can basically cast this whenever you want. On your turn, on their turn. As long as it's nice and legal, and it probably will be, you can cast this. Creatures and lands, and basically everything else, can only be played on your turn. Great. Unless otherwise specified. So instants, you can play them whenever, and they do cool things. And sorceries, you can only play it on your turn, but they also do cool things. Raise Dead is a sorcery. It's like an instant, but you can only play it when you can play creature or land, or nobody else is doing anything. It costs 1 black, and it returns a creature from the graveyard to your hand, which means if somebody cast Murder on your cat, you could Raise Dead the cat, and your cat came back. And it's not even the very next day. It's literally just on your turn still. When you use instants and sorceries, they immediately go to the graveyard. They don't hang out. You play them, they do their effect, and then they go to the graveyard. Enchantments don't. Enchantments stick around. Are you just auras? Oh, thank God. Enchantments stick around. There are 2 types of enchantments. Enchantments that just kind of hang out, like this Colossal Majesty, often have some kind of static effect, or they have an effect once per turn, or whatever it may be. So for instance, this says at the beginning of your upkeep, that's when you start your turn. If you have a big creature, a creature with power 4 or greater, you draw a card. Cool. Or you have Raid Bombardment, which says whenever a creature you control with 2 power or less attacks, we've done that, it deals a damage to a player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. Great. These are enchantments that sit around and do something at a specific time or when you do a specific thing. There are also auras. Auras modify permanence. For instance, this is River's Favor. It's an enchantment and an aura. You can tell because of the way it is. It also says enchant creature, meaning you have to put this on a creature. This enchants a creature. It says enchanted creature gets +1/+1. So if I put my River's Favor on my Sanctuary cat, that 1/2, we would get a 2/3 cat. There are also these things called artifacts. Buckle up, everybody. This is the worst one to show you, but ignore most of this. Artifacts are kind of wacky. They can be like enchantments in that they just sit around and don't do anything or do stuff at specific times. They could just kind of chill out. Artifacts can be creatures. There could be a sanctuary cat, but it's an artifact. Or there are even sometimes artifacts that can act like enchantments and modifying our creatures. This is Arcane Signet. It hangs out and does a thing when you tap it. Remember that thing the lands did? Notice in the top right corner, it just has a 2. There is no colored mana required to play it. You pay 2 and get Arcane Signet, and it hangs out until it goes away. That's basically it. Here are the land. There are lands that are other than plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest. These are so popular, they're even called basic lands. There are cards that will refer to specifically basic lands. Normally in decks, you can only have a maximum of 4 of any given card, contrary to what the cheaters in the tutorial showed us. And so, you could only have, say, 4 copies of Sanctuary Cat. But don't worry, if you watched the tutorial, you may have also noticed that we had a whole bunch of plains. That's because you can have any amount of basic lands in your deck as you'd like. You can tell it's a basic land because it says it up there. And after like an hour of playing, you'll be able to remember plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest. Trust me. It's very straightforward on that end. There are lands that aren't basic lands. They usually have some other kind of effect. They could add multiple colors. They could have an added effect. They can do something fancy. Those lands are not basic lands. You can tell they're not basic lands because they don't have the word basic on them. That means you can only have 4 of them in your deck, but they follow most of the same rules as other lands. We'll get to those when we get to those. In the meantime, I'm going to redeem like 80 codes in the store before we get to more of the games, and I'm going to put us on a quick contractually obligated commercial break. Don't go away. I'm going to stop talking like Gladys, I guess. Sure. Okay. I don't want to. I don't want to. Ooh. Hey, okay. Okay. And welcome back. I've been adding a whole bunch of codes to the game because there's a system up here. Welcome to Is This Your Card? We're playing Magic the Gathering Arena, going through the tutorial and the color challenges and all that jazz. I did use Courier Bat. And for people that don't understand, what is a Curry Bat? Well, up at the top right corner, it says Redeem Code. Here you can redeem codes, much like many other card games that have a physical, version. Pokemon. I'm sure there are others. You can get codes for packs and gifts and all that jazz and just use it to redeem some free stuff. And for instance, when a new set comes out, much like a new one just came out recently, Crimson Vow, you can type in a code and it gives you some free packs from that set. And fun story, this actually goes all the way back to a set that came out in like 2008 or something wild. Like, look at all these packs I got. Wow. And all these are for free and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you're probably being like, but Ben, I don't know how to, where do I get it? I just Googled arena codes free. And it gave me a whole bunch. Yep. If you've played at a pre-release or have friends that play Magic and they don't play a lot online, or even if they do, they might have some codes for you. And that's free shit. And that sounds great to me. There's also this, a one-time purchase welcome bundle for $5. 5 packs and 2,500 gems. That's really good. I'm going to be using James's money to get this. Hey, I'm on mobile. How do I enter a code? I have no idea. I've never played this game on mobile. I assume you pray. You go to the highest peak in the world, in your local area, and pray. So we're going to finish the color challenges, but let's open a couple of packs of cards. Come on. Okay. Come on, Benny boy. Let's go. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right. So in packs, these are the digital packs. You get a whole bunch of commons. You get a couple of uncommons. And then you get a rare, which you can tell it's a rare because it's gold. And that little symbol in the right-hand side is gold. Or it could be a mythic rare, where the symbol on the right-hand side is a sort of orangey hue. Fuck. All right, but let's this little fairy wants us to keep playing. And I'm not just talking about me. All right, this is the...
belongs in a place that they can call home.
Okay. This is the color challenges, where there are the 5 colors of the game, and you play with a deck of that color, and you get stuff for doing it. This is the white color challenge. We are a Johnny Goldmane. A Johnny's a planeswalker. He's a large cat. He's like he's a dad. He's a large dad. He's like a grandpa. He's cool. A Johnny's a very cool planeswalker. There are some planeswalkers that are not as cool, like our opponent. You'll be able to figure out which ones are neat and enjoyable in just a hot... Okay. The game just threw us in it. Wow. Okay, cool. When you're playing a game, you and your opponent both have 60 card decks. Usually, it's going to be different when you play limited. We'll get to that later. But 60 card is if you sit down, you make your deck beforehand, and you play 60 card minimum. And if you ask me, 60 card maximum. To start the game off, each player draws 7 cards. Try to keep a hand with a combination of lands and spells. Ideally, you can cast those spells. You decide who's going first by randomizing it in some way, shape, or form. Or if you're Chandra, you just play your goblin before they can do anything, and then you go, okay, I guess I'm on the draw. Also, you can mulligan. If you draw your 7 cards and go, this sucks, you could shuffle it back into your deck and then draw another 7. And you do that until you stop saying, this sucks. And when you do, for instance, if you only mulligan once, you have to put back just 1 card, and that goes on the bottom of your library. And so you start with fewer cards, but at least you didn't have, an unplayable mess. Every turn except for the first turn, the game, you draw a card. So we draw a card. Every turn you get to play a land. So I drew a card and I played a land. My opponent seems to be playing goblins. I drew a card. I played a land, but now I can cast things. Wow. I can cast spells. Is this scripted? Not scripted, but is this like mostly scripted? Like am I going to get goozled? I can lose? Great. I had a whole bunch of options to play a card here. I decided to play a 2-mana card because I had 2 mana. And now I can also play a 2-mana card. I'm worried that they're going to kill my thing and I won't get any value out of it. And then these cards are useless. When it becomes blocked, deals 1. Great. I will play this. Or it makes 1. It makes 1. I don't trust this computer to be good enough. A Heirloom Minotaur. Oh, now we're popping the fuck off. I will play another copy of this card. I'm a white deck. I have a bunch of cheap creatures, and I often have things that cause me to gain life. I have angels. You're a bunch of little baby idiot humans or angels. That's usually it, or sometimes large birds. That's basically it. My opponent's playing red. Goblins, wizards, steampunk nerds, and then this giant dragons, and I guess they have a minotaur as well. This deck has these cards. This is Impassioned Orator. I have 2 of them. It says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, so whenever I have another creature come into play on my side, I gain 1 life. These effects are usually pretty poo-poo. Life gain's not as good as you'd think. Trust me. It's cool and good, but you need to get something out of it. Thankfully, we have... I just smashed my knuckle against my desk. Thankfully, we have something to take advantage of that. This is a card called Hallowed Priest. It's a 2-mana 1/1, and whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on it. So a 1/1 counter is basically a permanent marker that shows that it gets just a little stronger. So I'm going to play my Priest. The Priest comes into play, and now I have these 2 orators that say, hey, I just saw another creature enter play. I'm going to gain a life. And I got 2 of them, so I got 2 of these, life gain triggers, we call them. So one resolves, I gain a life, and now the priest says, put a counter on me. And the other one goes, gain a life, the priest goes, put a counter on me. I guess this is now an important time to also mention something called the stack. Basically, the stack is how things work in the game. So 2 things, as you could see, happened at the same time, right? They happen to be the same ability, but let's say one of these cards said, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I lose 1 life instead. So they happen at the same time, and they go on the stack. Basically, it's the order in which abilities resolve or spells happen, creatures come into play, all that jazz. And it's on a first in, last out basis, which means if I do a thing, like say I just go, here's my Shrine Keeper, and my opponent, this big jerk, is like, I will respond to that because I have a bajillion instants, and they play a whole bunch of things. You got to let all their stuff resolve. They got to finish doing what they're doing. And then at the end, your Shrine Keeper's like, hi, I showed up finally, yay. So, first in, last out. My opponent's not doing anything because they're a coward. I will play another Howled Priest. See? 2 abilities. I get to order the triggers. I get to pick how I want them to resolve. So for instance, if one of them was that minus, I lose a life instead of gain a life, you could have it set up where it's like, oh, first I lost a life, and then I gain a life. Or, oh, I gained a life, and then I lost a life. That's a very boring example of how that works, but, you know, hey, I guess it works. So I gain a life, and then my 2 priests say, hey, I want counters, and then I get the counters, and then I gain the life, and the priests say they want counters. And now I can attack with my large lad. Yeah, it matters more if you have only 1 life, I guess, but... What are you doing, computer? So I've attacked with my 5/5 because it's very large, and they only have a 1/1, another 1/1, and a 2/3. So in total, they only have 4 power and a 5 toughness, meaning their 4 power can't kill my 5 toughness, but my 5 power can kill their 5 toughness. They've double blocked, meaning when you block, you can throw as many creatures as you'd like in front of one attacker. But usually, unless otherwise specified, one creature can only block one other creature. So like they can't, the rules are going to say that this Hurloon Minotaur, like if I attacked with everything, this Hurloon Minotaur couldn't go like, get behind me, and then block everything. So, yeah. Anywho, Hallowed Priest gets in. They blocked with 2 creatures against this 5/5. They lost 2 creatures and got nothing for it. They would have been the same result if they blocked with 1. Don't know what's going on here. But what do you got to do? They played a giant dragon. This dragon has flying. Flying means that it can't be blocked except by other creatures with flying or reach. Flying being, well, you're a giant dragon in the sky. It makes sense that me, an idiot on the ground, can't block you. But this other giant dragon can block you because you're both in the air. And reach is basically like, well, I also have this buddy that's got a really good bow and arrow. He can hit you too, and he can block you. And it has haste, which means it can't wait to do anything. Creature with haste can attack and use tap abilities as soon as it comes into play under your control. So notice how I didn't attack with my priest last turn? It's because it had what we call summoning sickness. It got tired. It's lazy. It had a hard day. Get off its back. So it wasn't able to attack. Haste just says, nope, vroom zoom. I played a creature. I gained some life. My things got bigger. And now I'm going to crundle on in. Yeah, they haven't had their coffee yet, basically. Yeah. Like, if I wake up in the morning and somebody's like... If I wake up in the morning and I have to fight someone and I just got out of bed and this person's really angry, like they're trying to fight me, and I'm like, fuck, well, I need to have my coffee first. Like, I can still get punched, but I'm not going to punch until I've had my coffee. I don't know why I put that spin on it. Anyways, I'm about to do what we call dunking. I'm about to dunk on my opponent. So remember, whenever I play a creature, I get to gain a life. and I get to gain another life. In fact, I get to gain 2 life, and each of those instances put counters on this priest. Sorry, I heard a dog near me. But I also had this big idiot that I played last turn. And it says, whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under my control, I gain a life and draw a card. Meaning, every creature I play, as long as it's a small one, I get to draw a card, gain 3 life, and put 3 counters on each of my priests. This is illegal. I gain a life, 2 counters. I gain a life, 2 counters. I gain a life and draw a card, 2 counters. Uh-oh, I've drawn a 3rd priest. Shall we? This is interesting to note. Remember, these are counters that get put onto my creature to make it bigger. But as a base level, this shit's just a 1/1. It's just a little idiot cleric, right? Meaning that when it comes into play, it's not big, so it gets, this commander goes, oh, you're a little baby. Hey, get out of there, get out of there. You're a little baby. I'll draw a card and gain some life. But now I gain a life, I put 3 counters. I gain a life, I put 3 counters. I gain a life, draw a card, I put 3 counters. And oh hell, let's play a cat. I gain a life, I put 3 counters. I gain a life, I put 3 counters. I gain a life, I put 3 counters. And then I'm going to play a plains because I haven't played my land yet. You can do things before playing your land. In fact, you can play your land whenever you want during your turn if you haven't played one. But, rule of thumb, just play it right away so you don't forget. Sometimes you might want to hold it, but most of the time, if you're new and learning, don't forget. I'm going to play this idiot. It's another version of the other guys. I gain a life, 3 counter. I gain a life, 3 counter. I gain a life, 3 counter. Now I have large. My opponent's at 8 life. I have a 19-19 and a 17-17. They only have 1 blocker. So realistically, I could just shove with one of these cards, or with both of these cards. They block one, they die to the other. But I'm not going out like a chump, so I'm going to attack with everything. And now we won the game because we're good at Magic. And that's what my opponent gets for playing goblins. Further proof. Holy shit. Okay. And now I have to play against Liliana. I'm against a black deck now. Is this the tutorial? Technically, I think this is separate from the tutorial, but basically, yeah. These are the color challenges where we go through all the different colors. Fuck. So my opponent played a creature. It's called Typhoid Rats. It's a 1-mana 1/1. Boring. Call me when you get a Sanctuary Cat. But wait, there's more. It has an ability called Death Touch. Death Touch means whenever this deals damage to a source, it's just dead. It's just dead. It's gone. Doesn't matter how big it is. Even my gigantic Sanctuary Cat, a 1/2 that would tower over this rat. Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to play a priest. They've played a Malakir Coldblade. I could block this rat and kill it off. However, I would lose my creature, and they lose their rat. And they played a card called Malakir Coldblade. Malakir Coldblade says whenever a creature an opponent dies, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a counter on it. So black tends to have a lot of effects that deal with just straight up killing creatures, getting bigger, getting a benefit when more creatures die, returning creatures from the graveyard. You know, it's all very scary and delightfully devilish. See more. Well, I'm going to play this priest. Yeah, this is fine. I will now attack you with my impassioned orator. Everybody shut up. I have now drawn a card. I will play yet another orator. I have gained a life. For those of you that may have played other games, where the positioning of your cards matters, aka, you know, have this creature to the right of this, or to the left of this, or on your front row. That's not really a thing here. It's not really a thing in Magic. And so the game, you know, the game just pooped this little orator in the middle, likely just next to the other one. That way, you know, friends. My opponent has played an iconic card. This is Sengir Vampire. It says, whenever a creature dealt damage by Sengir Vampire dies this turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. It's a 4/4 and a flyer. Wow. That's pretty good. But what if I were to make my Hallowed Priest gigantic? I now have a 6/6 flyer. Your wimpy babies mean nothing to me. I am being attacked for 5. I will take the damage. Behold, yet another Hallowed Priest. Okay. I gain some life and put on some counters, and I gain some life and I put on some counters. And now they're at 8. And this is an 8/8 flyer, so I could probably just kill them with this. But if they potentially had something to kill my creature, which they could, I'd feel like a real idiot. So I might just attack with these two. Now it's worth noting that their card gets bigger when my things die. So, hey, if they had a thing, if I'm worried about them killing this, and they do kill it, this gets big enough to kill one of my things. But we got that sneaky pump spell that the tutorial made us think was really fucking good. And then it didn't matter because we won because we're the best. Damn right, honey. Behold. I just need to get through the color challenge and then I can... what the hell? A hell of a combination of cards. Wow, we get to upgrade our deck. Is overlay on? Probably not. Not a specific one for this. Not for this stream. Don't worry, everything is all vanilla anyways. Except for this. This is a Moorland Inquisitor. Remember him from when I taught you how to play the game? He's so good I'm playing 2. He's a 2-mana 2/2, so he's like that Shrine Keeper you've heard about. But he has an ability. I can pay 2 and a white, so 2 of any color and at least 1 white. And it gets first strike until end of turn. First strike means that it deals combat damage before creatures without first strike would. So basically, pretend my guy has a lance. If I'm charging at you and you're going to punch me, if I have a giant spear or a lance, I'm hitting you before you hit me. Sometimes that lance won't kill you though, and you'll still get to me. That's first strike. I'm attacking with my sweet baby boy and playing another copy of my sweet baby boy. Yes, that's correct, Chief Smeef. A creature with first strike will strike first. My opponent has played a Coral Merfolk. It is a 2-mana 2/1. It is no match for my Moorland Inquisitors. Notice how they have blocked. I can now use this ability to give it first strike. Slaughtering their creature. What if they both have first strike? If we both have giant spears, we're going to pierce each other at the same time and we both fucking die. So notice how my creature with first strike killed their creature before their creature could kill my creature. Whoa! Uh-oh, they played a 4/4. However, we're good at this game, so we get to attack. Now, if you're my opponent, you don't block. But they did. They played Air Elemental. It's a big thing. Now, because they have blocked my creature, I can give my creature first strike. But wait, it's too small, Ben. But wait, I had this spell. Because my creature is blocked, I can give it +2/+2, which makes it a 4/4, which makes it a 4/4 with first strike. And so, oh! Oh my god. Oh, you love to see it. Now, chat. This is what we call the always have it. As in, I already used one of these. And last turn, if you'll remember, I attacked with my Moorland Inquisitors. They blocked with an Air Elemental. I gave it first strike and I pumped it. And their thing died, and they wasted all their mana in their turn, and they looked like an idiot. But what are the odds I'd have it again? I mean, I couldn't possibly have something twice, could I? After all, they had 2 Air Elementals. I already had 2 Inquisitors. There's no way I'd have it. Right? Surely. Well, I'm sorry, but don't call me Shirley, because I have it again. Hey, the play was good enough the first time. Might as well do it again. All right, so we've discovered our opponent's cheating. What do we do about this? No. They played a giant Air Elemental. I'm now going to play a giant dinosaur. This is Goring Ceratops. It is a 7 mana 3/3. Boo! But wait, there's more. This card has double strike. And now, I'm not going to tell you what double strike does, but I want you to guess. If first strike means that it gets to strike first, and this is an open book test, what do you think double strike means? Clearly it attacks So double strike means that the creature is going to do first strike damage and normal damage, meaning it's like I have the giant spear, and then if the spear wasn't enough to kill him, I also have a sword. Or brass knuckles. I get to hit twice, basically. And so, Goring Ceratops here says whatever it's got double strike by itself, but whenever it attacks, other creatures I control gain double strike until end of turn. And this also works if it's unblocked. So if I get to attack their life points directly, they get hit for 3, the first strike damage, and then they get hit for 3 again, the normal damage. So for instance, unblocked, this bad boy's doing 6 damage. And that means this Wingus and this Dingus, they're each doing 4 damage. So 4 plus 4 plus 6 is a lot. And we have this spell. It's called Bond of Discipline. Check it. I get to tap all my opponent's creatures, and all my things get lifelink. Cool, huh? I guess I'll play this to also show this off. And because they're tapped, they're tired. They can't block. Oh, so I get to attack. Everything gets double strike. I did first strike damage, which means I get in my damage. And the spell I played also gives lifelink. Lifelink says when this creature deals damage, you gain that life. You know how Death Touch says when it deals damage to a creature, that creature dies? as if, you know, they touched it and now it's dead. Lifelink is like, hey, you gain life, and that life you're gaining is linked to you doing damage. So because I hit them for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the first hit, I gained 7 life. And because I had this priest, I got a bunch of counters. But then, normal damage happens again, and I gain the life, and oh! Yes! Chong chong. Some abilities are more likely to show up in certain colors than others. For instance, Lifelink is an ability that is primarily found in white creatures, or in black creatures, and occasionally in green. Death Touch. It's an ability that is usually found in black creatures and green creatures, and basically that. I could say occasionally in red, but it's so infrequent, you know. I mean, it basically only happens really if they're... Because, you know, some card... Hello? Oh, you're going to bed? Okay. Good night.
Gourds from the store.
Gourd store?
I'd like some gourds, some squash.
Okay. Gourd.
I'm in the mood for squash and yams.
In the mood for squash and yams? Got it. I'm squashing some people right now.
Apples, no hint of meal.
No hint. Okay, no hint of meal.
And something sweet.
Okay, thank you.
Those are my desires.
All right. Now we're against a green deck. Green likes to play big creatures, or creatures that get bigger, or it likes to do things ahead of schedule. If you are new to the game, you might like green. Because green is really cool because it plays big things, but green also feels like you're cheating because you get to do a whole bunch of things that other colors do, but you do better for some reason. And also, they're big. I had no idea this card existed. I've never seen this card. Never, not once. Not once. This must be brand new. I've never seen this card. I didn't even know that this was an arena-only card. I know the arena-only cards. I've never seen this. Wow. This is Treetop... Let's do that again. This is Treetop Recluse. It is a 3-mana 1/6. You need 1 and 2 green. It has 1 power and 6 toughness. That's what we call a huge ass. It also has 2 abilities, Vigilance and Reach. Vigilance says attacking doesn't cause a creature with Vigilance to tap, which means that it doesn't get tired when it attacks. It can attack and block. And it has Reach, which, remember, the whole archer thing? Well, Reach is also found often on spiders, because look at the size of this spider. However, my opponent's a computer, so they will absolutely block. They have blocked my creature with Double Strike. This is Fencing Ace. It's a 2-mana 1/1 with Double Strike. It always has Double Strike, which means if I use this ability on it, it is now a 3/3 with Double Strike. So I deal 3 damage, and then I deal another 3 damage, and that spider is squished. And then here's another copy of Fencing Ace. Oh, another treat. If they play a third Treetop Recluse... Alright, remember that play I did last turn? Well, it's so good I'm going to do it again. I could make it a 5/5, but they'll play another spider. They have to. See? Oh, fuck. If you are new to the game and wanted a reason to play green, this card is called Gigantosaurus. Gigantosaurus costs 5 mana, and it's a 10/10. It's a 10/10. It's a very big dinosaur. However, you might notice in the top right corner, it costs green, 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 green. That's 5 green. You need all green to play that. That's so much. And that's okay though. That's okay though, because usually green wants more green. And so you can play this card in your green deck. However, we drew a thing. We drew Pacifism. Pacifism is an enchantment. We know about that. And it's an aura. We know about that. It's an aura that enchants a creature. Ben, we know about all this. I've seen you talk about that enchantment that makes your creature get +1/+1. All enchantments are good enchantments. Well, guess what? I lied to each and every one of you. I'm so sorry. Enchantments, specifically auras, can also have effects that are detrimental to your opponents. For instance, this is an aura. It enchants a creature, but it says the enchanted creature can't attack or block. I'm going to put this on the Gigantosaurus. So now, this is just a giant fucking dino. It's effectively just encased in amber. It can't attack, it can't block, but it's not dead. It's just here. There's also, I don't know, there's something depression. I don't know. You can make it all work. It just kind of sits there. Okay, I see what you're doing. My opponent has then played a card called Ward Scale Crocodile. This also costs 5 mana, not unlike Gigantosaurus. However, it costs 4 and a green. It's a 5/3, and it has this ability called Hexproof, which is the devil. Hexproof is the devil, and it is... If you're new to this game and you're getting your friends into the game, if you want to win games, but also lose friends because you feel as though your social circle has gotten too big, Hexproof is a great way to do that. Hexproof says a player or a permanent with Hexproof can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponents control, which means that if I have a pacifism, which I do, I can't put this on the fucking crocodile. It's not a legal target because it has hexproof, and I'm trying to play this pacifism. But hexproof says opponents, meaning they can still target it. So my ways of dealing with this creature are limited, and they still get the opportunity to make their thing larger. They stopped printing hexproof. That's where you're wrong, Kaiba. They've printed it in the very set that came out like yesterday. This past Friday, that released this past Friday. Hexproof is used sparingly. That's the nice thing. So you won't see it too often, but when you do, it's a big fucking yikes. However, my opponent's a computer, so maybe they'll shit the bed. Congratulations, everyone. They shit the bed. One of the ways you can't get through hexproof is because hexproof has nothing to do with power and toughness. So if we get a number that was bigger than their number, or a number that works to our favor, great. So they blocked my fencing ace. I had the third copy of this combat trick, which means I get to deal 3 damage to their thing. And it dies before it can ever do damage. Ta-da! Now note, because my creature has double strike, normally it would get to attack twice, right? But the crocodile that was blocking it died on first strike damage, and there was nothing for it to do normal damage to. So it just kind of was just chilling. Just chilling. My opponent has played yet another Gigantosaurus. But I have a second copy of Pacifism. Chat, we are doing God's work here. I have a card called Angelic Reward. So this is an aura that's beneficial. We've seen it before. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 in flying. So I'm going to put it on one of my fencing aces. So now this is a 4/4 flying double striker, which means it's going to do 4 damage twice, so 8 damage total, and it's going to do it in the air, which is mostly unblockable. If you can get something with flying and double strike, you are likely to win the game if it's big enough. And if you're worried about that thing dying, why not just get a hexproof creature and give it flying and double strike? There are decks literally designed around doing that. We have received new cards, more angels and more pacifisms. You love to see it. And now I am against my most dreaded foe yet. The wait timer. It's the Shadow Wizard. Wait, is this a real person? Is this a real... Am I against a real person? Oh, interesting. Well, good thing I named myself Glenn Pathcutter. This is great. Now I get to upset my opponent. They have one red open. Oh no, it's a gamer. They have a 2-mana 1/1 Goblin Tunneler. Tap it. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. That's pretty good at getting stuff through. I'm going to play a cat. Some cats sound like they're dying. Some cats sound like they're cats. I'm going to play another one of these. I will not attack. I value my creature more than their creature. For my creatures get bigger. Their creature stays small. They didn't put Goblin Chain Whirler in these decks, did they? Well, I would like to attack with my Charmed Stray. Charmed Stray is a 1/1 lifelinker that has another ability that won't be relevant here. If they block here, my Charmed Stray is going to deal 1 damage to their thing. It deals 1 damage to me. So they lose their creature. I lose my creature, but my 2 priests get bigger. And now I have a Fencing Ace. Great. Worth noting, chat. Now this is a big brain thought process. But I think you're ready. I think you're ready. My card cost 1 mana. Their card cost 2 mana. I traded 1 mana for 2 mana, and 2 is twice as much as 1. Well, that's rude. I don't need to attack. I think my creatures can get bigger. If I attack with my 2/2s, they could block with their 2/2 or their 2 1/1s. And that's bad for me. I think my creatures can get bigger. Also, I have this Fencing Ace. It has Double Strike, which means if it blocks one of these 1/1s, it's going to be able to kill off these 1/1s. They play this card that gives the creature first strike and +1/+0. So now their thing has first strike. So I'm going to put my Fencing Ace over here. The question is, do I want to block Wingus and Dingus? I kind of want to. Show me what you're working with. I didn't double block, did I? I think that's fine. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, I fucking did. Right. I even said it. Oh, my God. I need to go. Oh, my God. No. Stream's over. Put something on the overlay quick. Fuck. It's okay. I'm still learning. Oh, shit. Yeah. We're not actually losing. I feel like we are not losing. My opponent played a card called Immortal Phoenix. It's a 6-mana 5/3 with flyer, and when it dies, it goes back to their hand. That's really good. But this is a great example as to why enchantments, auras, can be good. It doesn't kill the creature, but it leaves it in a certain, like a stasis, which means that this Phoenix will not die, so they'll not get it back. So we could just load it up and crack in and pass the turn. I mean, this might be a good example of showing that even players such as me will misplay. This shit happens all the time. I'm not going to read every fucking card or pay attention to what they buffed. Oh, no. Ooh. I could throw another pacifism on this Molten Ravager. I don't think I want to. Do I want to trade this for this? Maybe. So they paid 3 mana for these 2 goblins. If they block me... If they double block and then block that, do I want to kill the Ravager? I don't really care about this Ravager. I could just not attack. What kind of cards would be in this deck? I guess that's what I also want to know. Like, I'm saving this pacifism for a dragon. I'll just pass. Oh, I knew it. A giant dragon. I could really go for some life gain. I will put a pacifism on your dragon. This feels so... I don't know why, but it's just... Oh, shit! My walls! Holy fuck. I might lose. They had 2 rares? What's a wall? Wall is a creature type. This is so messed up. I haven't even drawn a single rare. But that's okay. I'm going to attack. Do it. Block with the dragon, block with the dragon, block with the dragon. Yes! Yes! So I'm losing these cards no matter what when this attacks, but they blocked with their dragon. This is called greed. They could never put it. Behold, my 6/6. There's a saying in the game. It's called just take 1. Where if you get attacked with a 1/1 and the attack looks like it's the most... Why would you do this? Why would you ever do this play? They probably have a thing. So just take 1 is what I'm saying. Just take 1 instead of losing to the trick, you know? I mean, that's a little specific to what's going on here, but... so they played this guy. This is the Trash Master. Trash Master buffs all their gobos. That's pretty pissy. I don't really want to block any of these. But I will kill their Nest Robber. I'll go to 9. Oh, yeah. And there's a rare magic card. Although it's a little slow. But it's big. I think I want to keep a bird to... Or a spirit. I guess they're... Yeah, I want to keep a spirit to block this. But I can peck in for 1. I'm going to play my giant cat. This is a good thing to also gauge how a match is going. My opponents played 3 rares. 4 rares. My opponents played 4 rares, and I've only played 1. Yeah, they're loading up on this Molten Ravager. So Molten Ravager here is a 3 mana 0/4, but they can pay 1 red at any time to give it +1/+0 until end of turn. Ooh. All right. I'm going to block here. I'm going to block here. And I'm going to block here. I'm going to show you another cool thing. So remember, this right now is a 3/3, but that's because it's a goblin and getting buffed by this Trash Master. Right? You can see, view printed card, it's a 2/2. And so right now I'm blocking with my own 2/2. But I'm also blocking their Trash Master over here with a 4/4. So their Trash Master is going to die. But also, their gang leader died. It was a 3/3, but then it had 2 damage marked on it, and the thing that gave it the benefit died. So it wasn't there, so they didn't get the benefit. I am now going to attack with my Leonin War Leader. This card is a 4/4. It says when it attacks, I make 2 white 1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink that are tapped and attacking. So these already just came into play, and they were tapped and attacking. It didn't matter that they were just made. They could have had summoning sickness or whatever. They get in. And because they have lifelink, I got to gain 2 life and put 2 counters on here. I don't know if that was the best play. I mean, that wasn't... I actually don't think that is the... I mean, I guess gets that off the board. It's an okay play. Holy shit. I'm dead. They drew a 6-mana Dome Me Out spell. I lost. Wait, maybe. I should have lost. Because I was at 1. Everybody makes mistakes. That or I'm against somebody I know. That blocks there. Those block there. That blocks there. Some things like that happen. It's always good to, take your time. It's okay. It's okay to take your time. You hear stories about people complaining about getting roped and whatnot. It's okay. Just take your time. You got those, they got a rope, you got a rope. Use your time how you need to. I'm just going to let myself die here out of respect. Should we take our time? No, we're going to get a new fight. I lost fair and square. My opponent deserves that W. Do you know how much this means to people? People starting out the game? Oh, yeah, and they gave the good game? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, they're fucking feeling it. Let's go. You know what I just got? A new player for the game. If I have to redo this entire tutorial, though, that was absolutely horrid. I shouldn't have played like that. Oh, but it just doesn't matter. Okay, great. I didn't know it didn't matter. Okay, great. Great. Cool. Yeah, I like that. It should be win or lose, because losing matches of Magic is whatever. It just happens, right? Like that, losing matches of Magic is a huge part of this game. And that's fine. Do you know how much Magic you end up playing when you play Magic? A lot. It's fun when you lose. It's fun when you win. It's just about playing the game. And it's about playing those contractually obligated commercials. When we come back, I'm going to play blue.
A manipulation of the mind.
Oh, okay, cut the tape. Cut the... No, it can't be. I just got here. Oh my god. They banned it. And this is how I find out. Cards get banned. Welcome back to Is This Your Card? Cards get banned if they're too good. Or if they make people upset and they're too good. Or if they get printed for some reason. Why did you ever think this was a good idea? And Crimson Vow is now available.
Ooh, more quests. You'll get another one every day.
Uh-huh.
There's extra rewards for daily and weekly wins too. Golly, there's just so much to look forward to.
Do you think I could get James to give me $20 to get the frog? On this account I'll never use. Let's open some packs. Oh, you know what I should have done? Excuse me. Let's see. 369. Damn, she fine. Hoping she could sock it to me one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, what am I doing? Hold up. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 35. I have 35 packs. I'm going to have to read 60 names for the subs.
Those are wild cards.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
You can redeem wild cards for any card of
How-
the same rarity.
How do you kill the fairy?
Go to the deck builder.
Where's my
and use
fairy
wild
gun?
cards.
Does anybody have my fairy gun?
Those
Where's
are
my...
wild
I get the fuck...
You can redeem wild
Oh
cards
god,
for
you know,
any
you can tell it's... I need to get into Jace. Let's play blue. So blue's interesting because it's the best color in the game. It's a lot of fun to play. You get to do a whole bunch of different things. Blue does one thing that's really important, and that's draw cards. Drawing cards is pretty cool and good. If you notice at the end of that last game that we played before the break, it ended with neither myself nor my opponent having any cards in hand. And that's because neither of us were playing blue. I mean, you can draw cards and get card advantage elsewhere. And drawing cards isn't the be all end all, but it's a good lesson to learn early on. So we're playing a blue deck. Blue usually has a bunch of things that let you draw cards, let you bounce, return creatures from play to their owner's hands, or lock creatures up, kind of like how pacifism did. Typically, the creatures in general are going to be weaker, but they'll have abilities attached to them. This could be stuff like flying, making it, making our creatures that are smaller, but they're more difficult to block or deal with. Because, a bunch of birds, wizards, elementals, drakes, fairies, that kind of thing. There are also spells called counter spells. Counter spells basically say, hey, you are trying to cast a spell? No. Stop that. They're pretty good, but they come with their own weaknesses. Blue also kind of has a PR problem where it gets a bad rap. And people might make you feel bad for wanting to play blue. Don't let that happen. They're just mad and bad. A deadly combination. And what you can do instead is persevere, play cool blue stuff, or whatever you like, and just laugh and giggle your way to the bank with all these cards you have in your hand. In the meantime, I'm going to play Warden of Evos Isle. It's a bird wizard. It has flying, and it says creature spells with flying cost 1 less to cast. That's cool and good. You can see it... oh, Jesus. You can see what I mean by this Cloud Conceer, which used to be 3 mana, would only cost 2 mana for me to play it. I'm going to play this. I drew... Jesus Christ. All right. This is a 3 mana 2/1 that when it comes into play, you draw a card, and it has flying. Remember that example I tried to give when I was setting up this tutorial earlier? Talking about why drawing cards are important? I have played a thing that is annoying and will kill my opponent. But it also replaced itself, meaning that if my opponent gets rid of this, I'm not down cards. Make sense? If not, I'll explain it in a second. In the meantime, my bird wizard has some thrashing to do. In fact, I drew another copy of my bird wizard, which now means my creatures with flying are so cheap it's kind of disgusting to think about. It's kind of gross. I don't think this AI is... Well, it doesn't matter. Now, this mana... now this card costs 1, is a 2/1 flyer, and draws a card. This is illegal. Well... I guess I should do something else. This is Windstorm Drake. Normally it costs 5, but because I have 2 of these bird wizards, it only costs 3. It's a 3/3 flyer. It says other creatures you control with flying get +1/+0. Some cards are going to have benefits for tribes, much like how that goblin card buffed other goblins and had an ability that if you sacrificed a goblin or did something with a goblin, it did a goblin thing. You get it? But also there are some cards that specifically refer to abilities. So this says, hey, I'm a giant flying bird thing. Anybody else a giant flying bird thing? If so, you get to be stronger. And so now all of my giant flying birds are stronger. I could just kill them dead, but this is cooler. Here's a Cloudkin Seer. I drew a card called Unsummon. It lets me return a creature in play to its owner's hand. Usually you can use this on their creatures to get rid of something that might be making it so you can't attack, or it being in play is doing something that you hate and don't want anymore. But these spells are always kind of cool because this is what they call bounce spells, because the creature effectively is bounced from play back into its owner's hand or to somewhere else. It's not killing the creature because now it's, back in their hand and they can play it again, but they have to go through the process of doing that. And this card is so cheap, it's only 1 blue mana, that, it's just annoying. And another cool thing is that you can target your own stuff. And because I'm a greedy boy, I'm going to target my Cloudkin Seer, which lets me then play it again and draw a card. And then I get to target it with Unsummon again. And replay it to draw a card. Oh, there we go. And now I'll play out my other bird wizard and then just kill my opponent. We won the game because we drew a bunch of cards and played a bunch of flyers. We played creatures that couldn't necessarily be blocked, and we didn't run out of cards because we got to draw more cards. That's pretty strong. Also, my opponent was a computer. Jesus, that's creepy. We're now against a green deck. Green decks, if you remember, they had the big spiders. The spiders have reach. That means they could block my flyers, and I'm pretty upset. No, my goblin opponent, Zach, they were a real person. And speaking of, they had that giant dragon that hated walls. Well, here's a wall. This is Wall of Runes. It's a 1 mana 0/4. It's a huge ass. But it also has an ability called Defender, which means it can't attack. Creatures with Defender can't attack. Because it's a wall. It's a wall. It also says when it comes into play, scry 1. We saw scry on an opponent's card earlier, but scry's a neat little mechanic. Basically, scrying is looking at the top cards of your deck and then putting them back in any order on top or on the bottom. Scry 1 means we look at 1 card and we could put that 1 on top or 1 on the bottom. Scry 2 means we'd look at 2 cards and we could put those 2 on top in any order, 1 and 1, or 2 on the bottom in any order. I'm going to put that on the bottom. Do all walls have Defender? Kinda, typically. I mean, basically back in the day, wall was just... If it was a wall, it couldn't attack. Like, that was ingrained in the rules, is that walls can't attack. But that got replaced when they wanted to put things that were immobile that weren't walls, or, wanted to make cards that stop things from being able to attack, but could still block, and wasn't a card called, like, turn into a wall, please. I'm going to play a land and play this bird wizard we had before. Our opponent played a card called Elysian Caryatid. In fact, they liked it so much they played a second copy and a third copy. What this is, it's a 2 mana 1/1, and it has an ability. It has an ability to tap. So like, you know, what it said with haste, creatures with haste could attack and tap. So typically when you play a creature, the turn it comes into play, it can't attack or tap. And this is a great example of a tap ability. Its tap ability is tap, add a mana of any color, and if they have a bigger creature, they get 2 mana instead. So that's the thing green does, right? We call it ramp. It just ramps up really quickly, kind of skips a whole bunch of steps. They played 3 of it. This card's a really messed up Magic card from a set that was way too pushed, and it's kind of hilarious to see it in this deck. It's just like, okay, I guess so. I played a Cloudkin Seer to draw a card. And now they have a whole bunch of things on the ground, but nothing in the skies. Hello, Benjamin Wheeler. Hello. I didn't know you'd be playing Arena on this series. This will be interesting to watch. Glad of it. This is just a very small, just for this episode and next episode, kind of as a, hey, look at how to get in. Here's the thing, get into Arena. This is what you do. Here's how you play the game. Next week, we're going to be doing a draft. And also, you know, kind of exploring more into what decks you could play, how to hop on ladder, all that jazz. And I'm just going purely for free to play. They've attacked with a creature. However, I have a wall. My wall gets in the way. They have played Sentinel Spider. This is a 5 mana 4/4 that has Vigilance and Reach, which means it can attack and doesn't tap. So if it attacks, it can still, you know, block. And Reach, it can block my flyers. This is cheating. They have this. It's an idiot elf. I'm going to ignore this elf. But here's a spider that I don't like. It means I can't attack with my birds. But what if I had Unsummon? By doing this, it's not gone permanently again, but check it out. It's in their hand. They can cast it next turn. But it's gone for now, which means I can slam with my birds. How new am I to Magic? It seems like I have a lot of knowledge. Well, I've played this game once or twice. They replayed the same spider. And now they're attacking with everything. Yikes. I'm going to block with my wall. And at the end of their turn, because this is an instant, I'm going to bounce their spider back. Which means now they're very upset and I get to slam with my birds. And I have this card. It's called Frilled Sea Serpent. It costs 6 mana, and it's a 4/6, and it's a sea serpent. Usually blue, like red has the dragons, white has angels, yada yada. Blue's big things are fish or sphinxes. Fish, a lot of fish, octopus, kraken, all that jazz. This is a sea serpent. Normally, it's a 6 mana 4/6, but we could pay 7 mana, and it can't be blocked this turn. Which is still, but it's, you know, not quite as. So I play that. I use all my mana. You can now no longer block my large fish. So I get to attack with this. And that means that I'm basically guaranteeing 4 damage. But they're at 6. I got to do 2 more. So even though they have a giant spider. Everybody calm down. I will throw my birds under the bus. For the greater good. And we won the game. Wow. Oh. You love to see it. Yes. And now I get to replace my birds with a sphinx. And some type of shaman. And now I get to fight a cat. What is this deck called? Arcane Dominion? Like... something Dominion? We're just why did they give it such a big brain name? We're playing birds. We are against the cat man. Here's one of the new cards they gave us, Waterkin Shaman. It's a 2-mana 2/1. It's a shaman and it's an elemental. Those are creature types. Oh, if it's aerial dominion, that makes more sense. The shaman has an ability that says whenever a creature with flying ETBs under my control enters the battlefield, ETB, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I don't know why I made that noise. So in a deck where I'm going to play a bunch of flyers, usually a deck built around a whole bunch of flyers probably wants to just mostly play flyers. But if you're going to play a card that isn't a flyer, it could be a card that gets better when you do play flyers. For instance, here's a flyer. I get to make my shaman bigger and draw a card. Now it's a 3/2, which means I could attack and they would block with the fencing ace. I'd lose my Waterkin Shaman, but they'd also lose their fencing ace. This card's not a very good magic card. Don't play it in your deck, so I'm going to throw it under the bus. Oh, hell yeah. Oh no, they played Pacifism on my bird. But what if I had an unsummon and could bounce my own creature? I think this is the instance of the tutorial or the color challenge where the game's trying to get me to see that you can do this, but I don't think the game accounted for my greed in the earlier match. We've already seen this. So I get to bounce my creature back to my hand, and because my creature is now in my hand and no longer in play, the enchantment can no longer be enchanting it, so it just kind of goes away. And much like how my opponent has a creature, played an aura on it, if we get rid of the creature, the aura goes away. There are unique strengths and bonuses to using auras, be them detrimental or beneficial. Enchant responsibly. Or do what I do, because I'm a sick freak and bounce your own card to draw a card. Ah. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, when will this cat learn? I have a Sphinx in my hand. This is Riddlemaster Sphinx. It's a 6-mana 5/5 flyer. When it comes into play, I can return a creature an opponent controls to their hand. So remember how I mucked them last time they did this shit? I get to do it again, but now I have a giant Sphinx in play. Eventually, this cat will learn. You can teach dogs tricks, right? Come on. Unsummon. Fuck. Cloudkin. Cloudkin. No, wait, maybe I wasted that unsummon. Maybe the game was like, oh, I used enough unsummons. They're attacking me with a 3/3 double striker, but I'm not a coward. I'll never die. Uh-oh. I might die. I will play my Windstorm Bird, which buffs all my flyers. I get to attack for 9. And now, even though the Sphinx is enchanted with a pacifism, it's still getting the buff. Wow, aren't auras cool? They're attacking me with a 3/3 double striker, but I don't care. Because I drew... This card was originally a mythic rare, so that means really good. This is Windreader Sphinx. It's 5 mana for a 3/7. It's getting buffed for this, so it's a 4/7. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, I can draw a card. This is symmetrical in the sense that, or not symmetrical. Basically, it says whenever a creature, not just ones I control, if my opponent had creatures with flying and they attacked, I'd get to draw cards off that. But in the meantime, I just get to draw 4 cards. Yeah. 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 And last but not least. Oh. God, I love drawing cards and beating up tutorial bots. I get to now add big spell, okay? And now we get to kill off Chandra, which I can't say no to that. Much like this hand, I can't say no to this. Hello, Piglet. No. Hold on. What are you doing? My dog just walked in with a face covered in cat litter. I wonder where she's been. No. Go outside. Go outside. You're not allowed to do that. I'm going to attack with my Waterkin Shaman. Now, here's one of the reasons why, for a deck like this. Remember, I said this is a creature without flying that gets better when you play creatures with flying. But the problem about cards like this is that if you draw multiples of them, they don't do anything. So often, it's just better to play a creature with flying. You know what I'm saying? How good would a 2 green for a 3/4 with whenever a creature with flying attacks draw a card be? That'd be pretty good. I guess it depends on the format or what your use is, but pretty good. I will not block. Great. Now we're talking. I will play Cloudkin Seer. Because I played a creature with flying, my other creatures get a little bit bigger. Chandra played a card called Spellgorger Weird. It says, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. And so, creatures are spells. Makes sense, right? Basically, anything that isn't a land is going to be a spell. That includes creatures. You might hear people use the term spells to refer to instants and sorceries, but basically it's just, casting a thing, doing a thing. This gets bigger whenever Chandra casts spells. That's pretty scary and gross. And so I'll attack with my idiot shamans. And if she wants to trade, meaning that her creature dies when my creature dies, that's fine by me. As long as she doesn't have a second one. Oh no! Never didn't have it. Excuse me. I will play my large bird. Swing bada. She wouldn't have a third, would she? Oh, that's messed up. Chandra played a card called Act of Treason. Oh! And then did that for some reason. Okay. She played a card called Act of Treason, where she got to gain control on my creatures only for that turn, untaps it, and it gains haste. So basically it's like, I'm going to steal your creature, and I'm going to use it to attack you. So I got hit by my own big bird. And then she used a spell called Shock. Shock deals 2 damage to any target. That could be a player, a planeswalker, we're not there yet, or a creature. And she dealt 2 damage to my Cloudkin baby, and it died. And I won't stand for this shit. But I'll attack with my bird. Not so fast. So Chandra's up to her old shit again. And I don't like it one bit. But I have a card called Glint. Glint is an instant. It says target creature gets +0/+3, a bigger booty, and gains hexproof. Which means that, remember the hexproof says it can't be the target of stuff opponents control. So if I use this, it gets a bigger booty and says, hey, I have hexproof. You can't target me. And Act of Treason goes, oh, my mistake. And just fizzles. Doesn't do anything. It's not a legal target. Can't target it because it has hexproof. Carry on with your life. Yes. Very good. I have played more of my Cloudkin babies. She is trying to shock my Cloudkin Seer. Well, the game probably wants me to use Glint to protect it. But joke's on you, I'm going to unsummon it. So this is another way you could do this. I could have played Glint to give it hexproof, and so it's not going to be a legal target because you can't target it, and it doesn't work out. But by casting Unsummon, the creature's no longer in play. It goes to my hand, which means you can't kill it. It's not a legal target. It's not in play. It's gone. Where'd it go? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, aren't I? She's gonna draw another. Oh, no. All right. She played a card called Inescapable Blaze. It's the magic representation of walking through downtown Victoria. I'm gonna play this in attack. I'm at 5. Here's hoping she doesn't draw another one. Great. What do you do? When it becomes blocked, make a 1/1? Sure, let's show this off. They attacked with this thing. This is what we call a triggered ability. Much like how this is the triggered ability. When it comes into play, when it enters the battlefield, I draw a card. This says when it becomes blocked, they get to make a goblin. So I blocked with a thing. It's become blocked. They make a goblin. And we carry on with our lives. I drew an octopus. I legitimately thought the tutorial was going to murder me. I thought the tutorial was going to be like, oh, try to get cute, huh? Inescapable Blaze, Inescapable Blaze. I'm subbing out my turtles for a rare and 2 other cards. Great. And now, we are against another human being. Here's the real question. I'm not going to throw the match. This is the thing. I see this shit happen when people try to teach other people how to play Magic. They either go easy on them or they like... maybe go easy is a bit too narrow. You know, they basically throw matches or whatever. And it's just like... don't trounce on someone's dreams. But also, you know... No! I don't know what to tell you. I mean, look, I said blue is the best color, and I meant it. And this is a great example as to why it's so good.
You have enough gold for a booster.
Oh, you're not... Nope.
Let's go get one from the store.
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Don't do what this bird says.
This way.
Come on, go buy a package of magic cards.
Let's go and open your new booster pack.
Oh, I tricked you, you fucking devil. Booster.
Can't wait to find out what's inside.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here. Don't do this. Save up your gold for drafting if you're looking to get into the game or learn the game. It's really important. It's a better way to get boosters. To sate this fairy, I'll open a booster pack from years ago.
Beautiful new cards.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to leave me alone?
To earn more boosters in gold.
Okay, what about booster gold? I didn't think that was a wizard's property. Come on then, gamble. Come on then, let's have a gamble. All right. Well, I was expecting to be able to play against somebody else, but it didn't work out. They just conceded immediately. So instead of going through more of the color challenges, because I have over 60 thank yous for subs. Look, this was the first stream back from Desert Bus. So there's a lot of you. There's a lot of you. Oh, a lot of you. So let's just fight somebody on ladder. This isn't ranked or anything. This is a pretty strong hand. We got lands. We got a fencing ace, pump spell. We got a hand attack. Great. I bet I could win at least one game on here. A wager kind of guy. When the store has a booster pack for 10% off. Oh god, a 900 gold booster. And we're that good. They know a Glen Path card when you see it. Oh, why does this keep happening? Please, I'm trying to... Look, I want to play one game. I want to fill time. Oh my god. See, this is the problem. I show up anywhere and they go, oh no, it's Glen Path Cutter. Let's cheese it. They fucking dip. They don't even want to fight me. I mean, I have all these packs to open. I don't think it'll take half an hour to get through everything. I want to at least play one game against a human. Is that so much to ask? Please, it's the normal play queue. Fight me. Yes. Yes. There we go. Ah, big pee-pee man. Oh yeah, this hand's messed up. I gotta ride this Moorland Inquisitor to the ends of the world. Ah, another, it's the mono white mirror. Hello. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Yes. Oh shit. Fighter class. So this is a saga? Or a class? Shit, I got it wrong. I don't know if I should explain. Don't ignore this. Ignore this. These are enchantments. They have different abilities, depending on what level they are. You can pay a certain amount of mana to get it to the next level. Fighter class here came into play, found themselves an equipment. An equipment is a type of artifact. I don't know if I should explain this. They're not going to leave their big pee-pee man? Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you're right, you're right. Well... I don't have anything. Behold, my pacifism. All right, I'm going to throw a pacifism on their double striker and they won't be able to hit me. So they played Utility Knife. Utility Knife is an equipment. It's a type of artifact that's like an enchantment sort of thing, you know? Except they're like the enchantments are the auras, but they can dance around. You know, you can pass it around. Oh my god. We're in a dilly of a pickle. Good thing I have this pacifism. Oh, yeah. Mulder, get in here. Mulder's not a stray. And she's prettier than any of these cats. Not that these cats aren't pretty. This is so fucked. I don't want to block. I'm going to lose my board. Yeah, I got to pacify the knife. Now we're talking. I mean, we're keeping up with it. I got this fencing ace. I think we're in it to win it. As long as they don't play like a really good big real card, I think we can win this game. Once I hit 5 mana, my whole shit is gonna pop off. This is unbelievable. Look at the powerhouse of these cards. Oh no. This is Brunor. Oh, I wish I saved the pacifism. Oh, it's because of this asshole, right? Well, I'm going to block here, and I'm going to give my creature +2/+2. So they both have double strike, so we're going to kind of bounce, and then this thing's going to do a whole bunch of damage to something. Could be my face, could be a cat. They did it to the cat. Come on, pacifism. Come on, pacifism. Please, pacifism. Please, pacifism. Okay, this is fine. Could target as Brunor? I don't think it was a legal target. Chat, I really need to hit this 5th land. This is what we call mana screw. It's like the reverse James Turner. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh no, it's a 12 power double striker. I don't know if he really stood a chance against Big Peepee Man. Oh no, they're making it even bigger. Oh no. I'm all out of options. I guess I'll block. Yeah, that seems like a good call. I'll block. Oh yeah. Oh, it's all coming together. Uh-oh. And now look at me. I'm defenseless. I'm helpless. I'm a baby. I'm an idiot. Ooh. Oh, won't somebody save me? Yeah, I'll save you, all right. Oh no. Oh no. All right. This is what we call... Okay, this is a planeswalker. They're really good. Imagine if all of a sudden you had to fight someone's little brother that showed up. Good game. Oh, this is the preemptive GG. Never do this, chat. Never do this. They GG'd, but in fact it was not GG. Because I had to confront the assault. Now... there are plenty of, real Magic cards I could have had that weren't this, but, yeah, don't GG until it's actually GG, Besides, they couldn't possibly predict my Hallowed Priest. What does this do? I think I'm dead. Planeswalkers, this is...
Come on, I'm trying to work here.
This is unfair. What format is this? Play? I hit... there was a button where it's like, play? And I'm like, okay. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh no. Hey, come on, ref. If I had known, I wouldn't have pacified these cards. I thought I'd be aggressive enough, but they have these damn revitalizers. It's these fucking revitalizers, dude. What? Okay, so this has to block. And I have to, and this has to block? Oh, so this says whenever a creature you control attacks, up to one target creature blocks this combat if able. Okay. Why does this have to be blocked if able? What am I missing? Is it just because of this? This is the creature that has to block? Weird. I'm basically winning this game. Oh, yeah. Yo, that Nahiri is fucking dead. Oh. I can see this. The Nahiri's like, ooh, no, I'm taking damage. Oh, it's a whenever a creature. Oh, okay. The other ones are formatted as like when you attack with like a paladin class. That's the one I was thinking of. This is taking so long. I should concede. Why is this taking so long? It's these fucking revitalizers. Remember when I said life gain isn't as good as you think? I lied. It's the best thing in the game.
This expedition was I have much to think about.
All right, now who's talking? What? Oh, no. You ever go on an airplane and you know those magazines where they have weird shit that you think no one would ever buy? The Sky Mall, right? Sky Mall? Well, I got some bad news for you. Because they made Sky Mall into a Magic card. Oh, this is unbelievable. I'm so dead. I'm gonna concede. I tried to good game them. I'm trying to good game them. You could hear me clicking. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I can't do it now. I'll get my revenge later. Because this is just the first stream of this. Oh, I got new packs. Okay. Next week, I'm going to show you a draft. I'm going to try to build a deck in standard or a legal brawl deck or something. This is all free to play. I'm not going to play on this account in my spare time. I will finish the color challenges and all that jazz in my spare time. I will use my own time to finish this part. But I will, for next week, we'll do a draft. And we'll play, if I can build a brawl deck, we'll do a brawl deck. If I can build a fun standard deck or whatever, we'll do that. It really depends. Again, I'm doing this purely free to play from the 0 to whatever and trying to show what you can do. You know, if you've jumped into this game and you're new to this game and whatnot. Because everything I got here, all these packs that I'm going to open up in a second as we go through the subs, I just got from free codes. And I got those codes from Googling arena codes. There's also a thing in the store here, a welcome bundle, which is 5 packs and 2,500 gems. That's a really good deal. If you play this and seem to like it and want to build a deck or do some drafts, this is a great way to do that. That's a reasonable use of $5. That's basically where my my praising of the economy and client stop. But what are you going to do? Thanks everybody for watching. This was a fun little ditty. Again, I'm doing this again next week. But then that's it for November. We have a completely different game for December. I believe it's Slay the Spire. I believe December's game is Slay the Spire. Although I really should double check. I'm 95% sure it's Slay the Spire. Something like that. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. But in the meantime, thank you everybody that showed up today. Everybody that supports us through patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, especially the folks that subbed during today's stream, which there are 68 of you, which means if we get 2 more people subbing after I give the spiel of what's coming up, then I don't know, it's like a weed number or something. I need to double check. Okay, there we go. Wow, y'all are quick. Holy smokes. All right, great. Congratulations, Swed. In the meantime, tomorrow morning at 9:30 in the morning, Monday, the 22nd, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Graham is still doing this playthrough. I don't know how he's still playing this game. I mean, all of last week and whatnot. What are you going to do? Tuesday, the 23rd, Talking Sim at 1:30. Insurmountable. I believe is the game that Cameron and Corey are taking a crack at. Let's Nope at 5 p.m. I don't know what game they're playing. I don't know if it's been publicly announced. I don't know. I have an idea in front of me. No, I don't. It's just a question mark. Great. On Wednesday, there's a Play It Forward, another episode of Deus Ex Mankind in the morning, 9:30 a.m. In the evening at 5 p.m., there's Crossing the Streams. I think I know what it is. If I don't know, I can tell or say thing. Maybe you see me, maybe no. It depends. We'll have to figure that out later. All this stuff is available at loadingreadyrun.com/live. You can check it out there. A bunch of schedule stuff. It gets updated as it goes. Remember, people are coming back for Desert Bus, so it might be a bit of a slow crawl until we get there. In the meantime, I'm going to go through everybody and say thank you. I'm going to open a pack, and then I'll say a couple of subs, and then we'll open a pack, and we'll get through all these packs we have. And we'll see who ends up blessing us with the best pulls. I will start with let's work our way back. Let's start fresh and then go back. Magical Attack Gecko back for the 95th month. Holy shit, that's a long ass time. It's alive. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you for all the support. Forest Gaze, my favorite location for gaze. Back for the 62nd month. Welcome back. That's a long ass time. Here's a Crimson Vow pack. Change of Fortune. Bad card, great art. Little Red Wolves, welcome back for the 11th month. That's a lot of support. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have it. So close to that 1 year. Gormless Ben, what the fuck did you just say? Back for the 64th month. Holy smokes. That's 13 Baker's years. Thank you so much for all the support. 64. Okay. Great. And that's another pack of Crimson Vow. Catilda, Fruan, back for the 44th month. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. That's 11 months. Dr. Sattler, back for the 20th month. That's 2 years, if my math is correct. Thank you so much for all the support. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Come on. Ooh, we got a wild card. If you don't know what these are, I didn't explain it. That's okay. The economy, you have commons, uncommons, rares, mythic rares. Or you have wild cards, which means you can redeem it for any one card of that rarity. This is a mythic rare wild card. You'd think it's the best, but wait until you try to build a mana base. But it's really good. It's a great starting point. And an ending point of most animals that have tails is the tail, the third tail even. Welcome back for the 17th month. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? Ma Pete, back for the 12th month. That's a full year. Oops, forgot how the message worked. Hey, it sounds like you got the message. Next pack. Come on. Okay, we got a land. That's good. This is what eats up your wild cards. Great. Jesse Improved back for the 26th month, 2 Baker's years. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Lunatic back for the 62nd month. Holy smokes. What is an Onyx's favorite Pokemon move? Slam. Dun da da. Dun da da. What? Thank you so much. That's a long ass time. How you doing? How you been? Hat Booze Party back for the 16th month with the heart. Hey, thank you so much. I got a grafted identity. Hell of a card to open and limited, but this is constructed. Gamer Cat 88 back for the 41st month. I have a Gamer Cat. She's on my desk. I've been petting her. I'm not doing anything weird. You just might not be able to see her or only her tail. Thank you so much. Diabor back for the 62nd month as well. Holy smokes, that's a lot of 62 monthers. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Here's another pack. Ooh, that's an Orcus the Porcus of Undeath. It's a big old idiot. All right. MTVCDM back for the 86th month. Holy smokes. So if there's enough subs, we stream for another hour. Look, if I didn't have to go get groceries or, have a husband that wants to fall asleep, I'd keep going. This game's pretty fun. I could play it. I opened another pack just by reflex. Thank you for all the support. Pat, how you doing, bud? Back for the 22nd month. 22 months is almost 2 years. This is a fact. Some would even say it's more than 2 years, even by 2 months. I open a Forsworn Paladin, Pat. Thank you so much. Physics? Fixius, back for the 88th month. Holy shit, that's a long-ass time. How you doing? How you been? Thank you for the support. TCat13, welcome back for 48 months. I got to speed this up. Excalibur 1867, back for the 24th month. That's 2 years. Thank you very much. New pack. Who this? Yeah. That's trash. You want to open it limited, but not for constructed. Lokio, it just did it without me even wanting it to. That's okay. We'll save the year. New sub. Glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. Walking Profanity, back for the 33rd month. What manner of sorcery is this? I think it's an instant. Thank you for the support. Damaris 1034 for the 71st month. Wow. Yeah. How about a Crowsand Grip? I'm not explaining the archive. Kudatsky back for the 41st month. Hello, Wheeler. Hey, how you doing? You know Wheeler? Welcome back. Thank you for the support. Nobadez back for the 10th month. That's a full year in my books. Thank you so much. Mr. Lecter for the 15th month. Please call me Dr. Lecter. Mr. Lecter's my father. Come on. Oh, that's a mythic rare. Technically a planeswalker and a creature. It's like 2 cards. We'll never play this. Thank you so much. Monsters and Heartache for the 9th month. Congratulations, babe. We made it. Thank you so much. I am Clockwork. Clockwork back for the 89th month. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. Dogmyth back for the 31st month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. How you doing? Semester's End. Yeah, I hope these... Did that just play a bunch of horns? Mass Loss back for the 30th month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. 3 years. Arc of the Conclave for 41 months. Years of bad horse jokes and other things. Hey, now, hold on. The horse joke was good. The other things, those were bad. Welcome back. Lion Bite for the 4th month with Oh Woo, what's this? I do like blue-white. Good joke, Ben. Here's a... No, it's not a mythic. Great. Hugh Calpix Qui. I feel like I'm supposed to start reading numbers here. Jean the 3rd for the 5th month. Welcome back, Wheeler, for the first post Desert Bus Lure stream. I assume they put me on this because everybody's mouth was too full of scorpions. Welcome back. Echo AJ for the 14th month. That's 2 years in my book. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Nightwing Magic back for the 2nd month. Well, so now we're doing 2 months of this thing. Also, Wheeler, hello. Good luck with the Magics. Thank you. Let's have a good match. Battle of Bredegard. Bad card. Jazzy Jr. W back for the 46th month. Welcome back. How you doing? Glad to have you. Good. Thank you for the support. Princess Intel, a new subscriber. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming to the stream. Pav42 back for the 87th month. Thank you so much for all the support. That's a long ass time. Pav, let's get a world treat. This card's kind of fucked up. Hurricane Alpaca back for the 6th month. That's half a year. Entering our 3rd trimester. I knew you could do it. You're so beautiful. You're glowing, babe. Mystic Sage back for the 42nd month. That's a long ass time. Thank you for all the support. Lidley Unshod for 44 months. That's 4 years. If a year's 11 months. Thank you for the support. Faceland and About Town back for the 15th month. Oh, hey, 15 months of Wheeler again. Almost a year. Thanks for all the good times. Thank you. And boy, are my arms tired. Oh, shit. Back for the 73rd month. We opened another land. This is okay. Thank you so much for all the support. Welcome back, Madhouse C. Back for the 15th month. This is your sub. Me. Russian Malware back for the 63rd month with Waves. Max Turkey Flaps back for the 19th month with Evening Wheeler. Inside Pigeon back for the 44th month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Bullseye back for the 11th month. That's almost a year. Thank you so much for all the support. OG back for the 68th month. Nuts. Carlo for the 26th month. Second month with Brown. Demon Drinking Tea back for the 42nd month. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Iridescent Zubat back for the 19th month. Glad to have you. Thank you so much for all the support. Spinebuster Tree back for the 32nd month. Thank you so much for all the support. Life Character for the 60th month. Street Rage for the 31st month. Temporary Arrive for 43 months. Namely Light for 53 months. Let Fire Rain Down 37 months. Murderface 9797 for 38 months. Brainiac 4 for 69 months. Nice. Smapty Flafferman for 35 months. Flyboy Zeb for 32 months. Zorso Wolf for 16 months. Nemo Woodbine for 27 months. Durkatronic back for the 54th month. Kingfisher Games for 3 months. Trying to build Shadow Gang for EDH. Best eggs to include for value as sack fodder. Chromatic Sphere. Ichor Wellspring. Ichor Wellspring's the best one. Chromatic Star. Ice Sly back for the 57th month. Welcome back. That's a long ass time. Demori for 94 months. Thank you so much for all the support. That's a huge amount of time. Arcade Boy is new to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Sorry if I pressured you into doing that. This has so far taken about 10 minutes. Schwarm back for the 59th month, but said 69. You almost got me. Thank you so much. Tatalogic back for the 3rd month. How you doing? How you been? Thank you so much for all the support. And Faceless Man About Town gifted 5 subs to the channel to Arrock, Ontario, Grossmith, J, Po, Symphoniers, F, Tan, Theta. And my God, am I ever glad that I took 3 pills today. Oh, all right, cool. I wish I could do more than that, but halfway through, I realized this is going to take fucking forever. So I guess that's that. Cool. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you again. Oh, Baneslayer Angel. That card's messed up. Glad to have you back. And listen to me open packs as I close out the stream. Okay? Okay. Bye.